Welcome to the second lecture of DBMS. So today we will discuss the advantages of using database approach. Now before beginning with the advantages of database approach, I want to discuss what are the drawbacks that existed and led to the development of DBMS software. So before DBMS, file system used to exist. Now to understand the advantages of database system, you need to understand the drawbacks of file system. So in earlier days, database applications were built on the top of file system. One example of file system is Microsoft Excel sheets. So the first drawback is data redundancy and inconsistency. Now here the keyword is redundancy. So you need to understand what is the meaning of redundancy. So redundancy means duplicacy of data. Redundant data means duplicate data. So the first drawback is while we were using the file system for sharing the data, we used to make the duplicate copies of the same data. Now for example, if I am maintaining the details of my students and I share the file with principal office. Now after one semester, if some of the students changed their phone number, so that change I will bring in the file that I am having. But what about the duplicate copy of that file which I shared with principal office? In that file, the old data is still there and the data has not been updated. So this kind of problem is known as data inconsistency. The same file is having two different kinds of data. One is updated and one is outdated. So this is one of the drawback which used to exist in file system, and we have tried to recover this drawback in database approach. Second drawback is difficulty in accessing data. So when file systems were in use, not all people could easily access the data, but that is not the case in database system. In database system, all the data is centralized managed, so whoever wants to access the data, they can directly access the data from the same location. For example, in any organization, if one sales department is there and one marketing department is there, both are maintaining their own databases, and if the sales department people want the data which is maintained by the marketing department, in that case the data they won't be able to access easily in case of file system. But this is not the case in database approach. Here we can easily share the data. The third drawback is integrity problem. Now integrity constraint means any condition that you want to impose on the database. Suppose I want to store the email IDs of all the students and I want the email IDs to include @ symbol. So if any student enters the email ID without entering the @ symbol, it should be invalid email ID. So these kinds of conditions, if I want to impose in my database, it was not earlier possible. Now it is easily possible in databases. Fourth drawback is atomicity of updates. See, whenever you make any transaction, either that transaction should be successful or that transaction should fail. There is no in between. If you are transferring money from one account to another account, either that money should be transferred successfully or the transaction should be terminated. So in between situation should not be there while you are using the databases. So database usage ensures that atomicity of transaction is maintained, while file system never ensured such kind of atomicity. Another drawback is security problem. Sometimes there are data which we want to keep confidential. So some part of data we don't want to share with all users. We want some users to only see some part of the data. So to implement the security measures in the database, it was not earlier possible in the file system. The data was available for everybody and we cannot keep the data confidential. So this was one of the major drawback of file system, because confidentiality of data is very important these days. So in databases, we have tried to implement security measures in order to restrict the access to the data. Last drawback is concurrent access by multiple users. See, what do you understand by concurrent? Concurrent means simultaneous. So sometimes for better performance, we want some users to simultaneously access the data. So this facility was not there in the case of file system, while in databases multiple users can simultaneously access the data and they can simultaneously update the data as well. So this facility is present in database approach. So all these drawbacks have been overcome by the database approach. This is the reason why these days we are using databases only. So database system offers solution to all the above problems. So now we will discuss what are the advantages of DBMS. So you can now connect with the drawbacks and the advantages of DBMS, how these two concepts are interrelated. So the first advantage is controlling redundancy in data storage and development and maintenance efforts. So whatever duplicate data we used to produce while using the file system, now we are not producing any duplicate data. So we are trying to control the redundant data, we are trying to control the duplicate data in case of database approach, and in that manner we are also avoiding the inconsistency that used to arise because of duplicate data. Second advantage is sharing of data among multiple users. So again, if within one enterprise different departments are there and one department wants to share data with any other department, now it is easy to share the data while you are using databases. In case of file system, even if you share the data inconsistency issue was there. So now sharing of data has become easier with databases. Third advantage is restricting unauthorized access to data. So as we have implemented the security measures in databases, so we can restrict the access to data. If we want some part of data not to be shown to some users, then we can easily do that. Next advantage is providing persistent storage for data. So whenever we are making any transactions, be it banking transactions or any kind of transactions, while using database, we are making sure that the database becomes stable. It should reach from one consistent state to the other consistent state. So providing persistent storage means we are trying to provide permanent storage for the data so that the database will remain in consistent state. Next advantage is providing multi-user interface. Here I will explain this point with one example. Suppose I am a faculty in CSE department and I want to store the details of the students whom I am teaching. Now I am concerned with the academic records of those students. I don't have anything to do with their fee deposits or their hostel records. So now here multi-user interface should be there. If I am not concerned with your hostel records, with your fee deposit status, then I don't want to access that data. What data I need is only the academic records. Similarly, people who are working in account section, they don't have to do anything with your academic records. They are basically concerned with your fee details and your hostel details. So here we can create two interfaces, one interface for your faculty and one interface for the account section people, so that people can see only that part of data which is relevant for them, and the part of data which is irrelevant for them or unimportant for them, they can easily avoid that data. So in this manner, database can help you create multi-user interface so that we can avoid accessing and loading the irrelevant data. Next is flexibility to change data structures. Every time the requirements are changing for the application. If you are using database for any software and the requirements for that software is changing, then you can easily reflect those changes in the databases also. Earlier it was not possible. If any changes you are bringing in your software, then the file system will not allow you to reflect those changes. Here are listed some more advantages of databases. So they provide backup and recovery. Now there can be a situation where crash occurs or power failure occurs or your system may fail. So in such situation, if you are using file system, you will end up losing all your data. All the data that you had created and maintained in files, you will end up losing all the data. But in case of databases, recovery option is there. So with the recovery service, you can keep the backup of all that data, and at the time of power failure, system failure or crash, you can easily take that backup. Next is representing complex relationships among data. So when you are storing the data in databases, you can easily establish relationships, and thus based on that relationship, you can take any decision for your organization. Here I will mention one example. In Bajaj company, they used to manage all the data. Now they realized that with the passage of time, the sales of the scooters are going down. So the sales department observed this change, that the sales of scooter is going down. So what they did, they decided to stop the manufacturing of scooters. Now Bajaj company is not manufacturing the scooters anymore. So this is how maintaining data can help you take wise decisions for the benefit of organization. Another advantage is enforcing integrity constraints on the database. So if you want to impose any kind of condition on the data, for example, there are so many banks that tell you to maintain the minimum balance of 5,000 or 10,000 like that. So basically what they are doing, they are enforcing some constraint. They are not allowing amount balance to be less than 10,000 or less than 5,000. So this kind of constraints we can impose on database if we are using DBMS software. Another advantage is reduced application development time. So suppose State Bank of India give the contract to Wipro company and tell them to develop a internet banking service for them. Now the Wipro company will start developing a internet bank service for State Bank of India. So if they will use databases for storing all the data and fetching that data as and when required, then the development time that they will take will be very less. In case of file system, if you will start developing the file system, if you will start developing any application using the file system, then you will end up taking lots of time. So databases are basically saving your time as well. Another advantage is potential for enforcing standards. So any format standards for any particular organization that you want to impose, you can easily do that in databases. So this is very crucial for the success of database applications in large organization. Standard refers to data item names, display formats, screens, report structures, metadata, etc. So any standard that you want to impose for the format of data, that you can do by using databases. The last advantage is availability of up-to-date information. So as the problem of data inconsistency is not there in databases, so every time you are accessing up-to-date information. So very important for online transaction systems such as airline, hotels and car reservations, where up-to-date information is very important, because you are dealing with clients who want to book tickets, who want to book rooms in hotels, or who want to reserve cars for their traveling. So in these situations, the updated information plays a crucial role. Thank you.